Welcome to the Dirt to Dollar webinar, and we're going to just jump right in. Most real estate investors or people wanting to learn about real estate investing chase complexity. They automatically go to scale and look so far down the road about the millions and millions of dollars that are possible with real estate. It just gets daunting and it winds up just creating this overwhelming level of complexity. And also they wind up building themselves into another job. I do the opposite. I've had the complex businesses. I've had all the employees, the overhead. I'm 100% convinced that this model, this dirt to dollars model of one home done right on one dirt lot can net $50,000 to $80,000 profit every single time. I know it can because that's what I do. And it actually serves your life. This business serves your life versus you being a slave and a servant to the business. So today I'll show you how this model works. We have some live examples. There's zero hype here. What you see is what you get. This is it. But I'm going to keep this high level and practical so you can make an adult decision about whether this is something that fits your life or whether this is something that you want to take on. So if simple beats complex, and you're in the right place. So why should you listen to me? My name's Brad Jordan. I've built, operated, and sold 2 construction businesses, a commercial roofing business and a commercial paving business that I built from scratch. These businesses have generated millions of dollars per year over the last 25 years. I've also been a real estate investor for at least for those 25 years. I'm not saying that about the money to impress you because it's not what you make, it's what you keep. But I was just letting you know I have experience in all of this. But these days, this Dirt to Dollars platform, this program, this model is what I do. This is my full-time focus along with my 2 daughters. I'm not here to promise anything. I don't do guarantees or hype. I don't know you. I don't know your work ethic. I don't know if you're chasing a shiny object or you're just curious. And all those things are okay. But then again, there's no guaranteed success if you're not willing to guarantee your own success. I can't guarantee that for you. I'll show you how it works, how the model works, where it can break down. And again, the real numbers from a deal so you can decide if this is something that works for you. This is educational. This is not financial advice, so don't take it as such. Here's what trips most people up. Real estate in itself is complex to a degree. It's complex compared to cutting grass, for instance. But that doesn't have to be the case. That complexity has to be overlaid and implemented in every model when it comes to real estate investing. When it comes to flips, short-term rentals, wholesaling, all of these other things, it has a level of complexity. I'm not knocking any of those things. If that's your thing, more power to you. It's just not what I do any longer. And second, that you need a lot of money to get started. Yes, you have to have money. Let's get that off the table. But it doesn't have to be your money. There's ways around that. But at a minimum, you're going to have a few $100 to get started because you got to pay your license fees to get your dealer's license for your mobile home license for your state. But those beliefs keep people stuck on the sidelines for years, and they don't do anything. They just talk about it. And that's tragic because it doesn't have to be that way. And third, the real estate investing side of things is just overloaded with gurus teaching different programs and different ways and different. I'm not knocking any of that. It's just not what I do. I feel like I'm more of a guide because this is still what I do every day. It's what I enjoy doing, and I'm going to continue to do it. So it doesn't have to be 50 complex steps. It doesn't have to be this endless cycle of tools and tricks and gadgets and tech. And it just doesn't have to be that way. So if this sounds appealing to you at all, if this sounds like something that resonates with you, if you like simplicity, I like simple things, then I think you just stick around for a minute and you'll see. So the shift is simple. This model is It's simple, and it's a strong model. Dirt lot, mobile homes, every deal can net $50,000 to $80,000. And if you do that 4 clean deals a year, pretty much is a pretty good life. That's $200,000. Again, if you think $200,000 don't go very far, I get it. If that's what everybody's telling you, but $200,000 will go a long ways. And you put this on rinse and repeat system, $200,000 a year guaranteed income. I don't know. It sounds pretty appealing to me. You don't need a massive operation. You don't need overhead. You don't need employees. You don't need any of that stuff. Nothing that a conventional business does or needs or requires is part of this operation. And again, the goal is not to build an empire. It's to build a business that serves your life. That's what any business should do. If you have a business that requires you to be there every day, you don't have a business. You have a high-paying job. Here's the big picture, and I'll keep it on high level for a purpose. You pick a market with demand. We don't want to be pioneers. We want to just follow the trail that someone else has blazed. You secure the deal. You do your honest due diligence. You know what you're buying. You line up the money. You handle the paperwork, the permits, all the stuff that cities and counties require. You prep the dirt. You don't, unless you want to. You have a contract to do that. You set the home up. Use basic project management skills. Who shows up? What are they doing? How much am I going to pay you? Basic stuff. Step 7, you position and sell the finished package. At step 8, you show up at closing, you collect a check, and you just start it all over again. That's it. That's the path. The detailed checklist, scripts, templates, all that stuff live in the school course. But today it's just really about clarity. This case study here is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to go over it. It was a land purchase price for this lot of $40,000. The construction cost total around $144,000. Real estate fees and loan fees, that's your interest-only loan payments or whatever. That was my case. And your real estate commission fees. That total was roughly $197,000. The resale $270,000. So your net profit is around $72,000. I think that's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Do you think it's pretty good? I think most people would think it's pretty good. Of course, everybody online that's selling the real estate investing gold mine of $100,000 a month or millions and millions of years per year. I'm just so over that. That's not what this is about. This is blue collar. This is a business, but it is so simple, so easy to implement. Once you do it and you do your first couple deals and you kind of get the nervousness out of you, you're going to look back and you're like, man, there's a lot of stuff I thought I was afraid of that there was no need to be. And yeah, it's truly that easy, that simple. All this in the construction cost here, that was like the well, the septic, the porches, the grading, the clearing, the driveway, the gravel, all those things. All that's considered in that cost. I'm going over this math to show you how all deals are the same. The math changes, but as far as structure goes, it's what is your land purchase? What is your total construction cost? What is your total fees? What is my total investment? What can I resell it for? And that's it. So there's basically 3 levers that decide the outcome of these projects. First is the demand and where I'm trying to invest. You verify, you don't guess. You want to go where buyers already are. Second, I want to have a tight buy box. I want to know that the math works. I never have to be emotional about it. If the math don't work, I just move on. And the right money. Am I getting it from a cousin, or am I getting it from the bank? Whatever. If you master these 3 levers and you're going to remove most of the drama, most of the issues out of the way in the very beginning. Strategy beats tactics. The policy and path is clear. You choose counties where the rules are in our favor, where there's already mobile homes going on. Comps past sales, all that past data is there for us. The capital strategy, when we go to lenders, we go to lenders after we learn the process, when we know what we're talking about, how to present ourselves as somebody who knows. They don't care about your willingness, your desire, your promises. They care that if I lend you money, one, how much money am I going to make? Two, am I going to get my money back? And three, do you know what you're doing? So we got to get that out of the way. The issue too we wind up having is when we sell, we're not pitching cheap housing. This is affordable housing. These homes are new. They're good. They're nice. Sometimes you go in these mobile homes, you don't know that this is a mobile home. I mean, you do, but it just doesn't lend itself to the stigma that everybody used to associate with it. Our honest expectations is this: if you execute, a first win should come in about 4 months. Again, that depends upon the speed in which you grasp and can implement some of these things. So, but you plan on 3 to 4 focused hours a day. That's pretty much what your workday looks like. Don't make it more complex than it is. That's it. So the milestones look like this. We verify demand, you shortlist the counties, you get offers out, you secure approvals, you manage a setup, and then you sell it. I know that's redundant, but I want to let everybody know that redundancy is great. It's boring sometimes, but it's great. The path for this process, who this is for, is people who work for somebody else. You're a W-2 employee, you're self-employed, you're a new investor, you're a struggling investor, anybody that wants to build a business that serves them, anybody who wants a blueprint on how to do what I'm doing and build a business that serves you and your family. So if you value your family freedom, your time, you want to maintain your ethics, I hope you do, that you're not doing something underhanded, something that nobody wants, something that is overpriced. It's not. This we're just serving the market, but it's not for anybody wanting to get rich quick. You're not chasing fame and fortune. You may be, but that's not what this is about. But you have to be willing to do some things. If you're unwilling to learn, if you're unwilling to go out and call the county, call a real estate agent, call a contractor, you're not going to be able to do this. Or if you need guarantees, there's no guarantees in life. There's no guarantee that you're going to wake up tomorrow morning. I won't sell those. I have nothing to do with that. If the model makes sense and you want to know how we build these land home packages, I built a simple course on an app called School, SKOOL. It's going to be here in the slide. It's 8 modules. It goes from market selection to closing. It does everything in between. It's got the tools, the templates, the breakdowns, everything I use on a day-to-day basis. You get all the checklists, the scripts, the calculators organized so you can just check the boxes. It's unintentionally, well, let me back up. It's intentionally underpriced because my goal is access and ethics, not hype. If you're ready to work a clear path, just plug and play. This will save you a ton of time, a ton of questions, and hopefully it's going to lend itself to giving you the confidence to know that you can do this. You can do it, but you just got to be willing. Got to be willing to put in the work. Affordable housing is inevitable. It's going to be here. It's not going anywhere. It's going to even get greater in demand, but simplicity wins. One dirt lot, one home can be your clean path, profitable path, an ethical and repeatable path, scalable path. If this fits your life, the next step is straightforward. Click the button, go watch the video, and just enroll on school for $97. Everything is there. There's a community there of other people doing exactly what we're doing. You're going to have your questions answered. You can ask, you get them answered. I'm there all the time. My daughter's there all the time. You start with module 1, you follow the plan, build a business that serves your life. You get stuck, we're there, we're going to help. Again, this system works. Don't listen to anybody that tells you it don't. Will it work in Hollywood, California? I don't know, but it might. But until I know and I'm qualified to make that assessment, make that judgment, I'm going to stay in a place that I've always been. And you're going to look back at some point in your life and say, could I and should I have taken the leap and moved forward and tried? It's $97. I mean, we spend more than that on Starbucks in the course of a month, well, probably a week. But either way, click the link, join. We have a refund policy. If you get to the 30 days, you don't like it, you get your money back. It's $97. Go join the course, and I'll see you on the other side.